All right, let's go to Dan, who's a Spurs fan. All right, Dan.
Right, Danny boy.
Hey, mate, you all right?
Yeah, good, Dan. You've been at the game. What did you make of it?
Yep. Not convinced, mate. I've not been convinced all season,
really?
though, to be fair. No.
Strange how we've won 3-0. We've got a few fans phoning up saying not happy.
Well, no disrespect to Karabakh, but they're a team of part-timers. Tonight should have been a cricket score. It should have been a cricket score tonight. And I think, like...
What do you mean? What, for Spurs?
For Spurs, yeah, it should have been shooting.
We won 3-0 with 10 men.
Still, I'm not convinced. I haven't been convinced all year. We call it free. We said it's free-flowing attacking football. It's not. It's possession football. I don't think we're attacking. I think the play is always stifled by the wingers. Mate, look at the Brentford game. Who had most touches for Tottenham? It was Romero.
Yeah, but that's a lot. That's most centre-halves now. Every season. No. You say Brighton played free-flowing football and Lewis Dunk has the most touches.
Yeah, we set up very similar to like a Liverpool team. Every time they get the ball, their wingers, their attackers and their midfielders bomb forward. And most of the time it ends in a shot on goal. I think most of the time we win the ball back, whether the wingers are told to stay so far out wide, they're not looking to get beyond the defenders. And it always just comes back to the central defenders or the midfielders. It doesn't go anywhere. We let teams get back in all the time.
What did you make of Son tonight?
Son, I think Son all season has been far from what he was 3 seasons ago. That he was a player that had 2 feet and could shoot on his left and his right. He just seems to always want to get back in his right each time.
I don't know if he's tired. I think he picked up an injury tonight, and I was watching him. When I was watching him in the first half, he looked a bit tired. And look, he does a lot of travelling, Son. You know, and he plays a lot of games, international. He's everywhere. Eventually, he's going to take it out of you. And I just don't know if he's lost half a yard.
He's a massive ambassador for Tottenham. No one would kind of what he's done for us, but I think his time starting every game has got to be.
The problem is I just don't know if there's someone there who can fill that void who's better than him.
Not Werner for sure.
No, it ain't Werner. It ain't Werner.
Thing is, he's had a lot of responsibility placed on his shoulders. Not that he can't deal with it because of his, who he is and what he's done for Asian and South Korean football. But when Kane goes, he is the go-to. He's the talisman. He's the one.
Yeah, he is.
And you're always looking for him. And that's why it's important that Brennan Johnson has chipped in with goals. You can't just be relying on that one source of goals, that one source of something to change a game or turn a game back in your favour. He's 32, Son.
33, I think. Then he's 33.
Right, okay, 32, 33, whatever. Yeah. But he ain't over the hill. But the problem is, if he is losing a yard of pace...
Yeah, but you say he's not over the hill, right? And that's because, football players are starting to play longer in their careers because they look after themselves. But he plays a lot of football. A lot of football.
Well, then the situation... So his contract's up when? Summer? Is it? You sit with a lot, Dan. When's his contract up?
It's up this summer. Apparently they're going to trigger his 12-month extension. But
right. Well, that will be those wages will be set in that 12-month trigger. It's then whether they let him go the year after. It will then be 33, 34. What's the story then? Do they keep him for that extra? I would definitely extend it. There's no way I would look at getting rid of him.
I would as well.
I wouldn't. I would look at the trick of that.
Yeah,
absolutely.
But what I would try and do is bring in someone else.
What if someone from Saudi Arabia comes in January with like an £80 million offer?
Well then, then you let him go, of course. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If that is the case, and someone comes in with a stupid amount of money,
they will have to trigger the contract for that to be for him to be worth that, won't they? They want that extra 12 months on top.
Spurs always have a trigger though. That is in their favour.
Yeah,
always.
It's going to be So that's probably the case. It would not surprise me in the slightest if eventually he ends up, or certainly being targeted by someone out there. Whether that happens this summer, we'll see. Or next summer, but we'll see.
All right, Dan. Thanks for your call. Let's go to Garvin. He's a Spurs fan, right, Garvin?
How you doing, boys? You all right?
Yeah, good, mate. I'm good. You been to the game?
Yeah, I went to the game. Me and my son went to the game, and I'm on the kind of feeling that Spurs normally I'm not happy with how they play. Right. However, considering we went down to 10 men within minutes, I thought that we played half decent. You know what I mean? You've got to understand that this team, they came to play. They didn't come to play tippy-tappy football. They came to actually play and try and win.
Yeah.
And I thought that we played as well as we could do with 10 men. And to win 3-0. Mate, we don't keep clean sheets for fun. I thought we did well. I thought Basuma was great in the first half.
Yeah, the clean sheet one, I would take that and think we got away with it because really you should have conceded one, maybe two, possibly three. There's the penalty. I mean, that's
the penalty they blazed over. Yeah,
and Jorginho
they did. They had more than three or four chances, mate.
No, they did, but there should have been one minimum, possibly
but
two.
They weren't no mugs, Karabakh.
No, they weren't. They
had some good players. That Juninho up front, he was good.
Yep, he was. I thought that he was a good player. He looked really lively, to be fair, and I wouldn't even mind him at Spurs.
I know. I think a lot of people have been watching him tonight, thinking, "I'll tell you what."
But what about the weekend, boys? Garvin, you're a Spurs fan. What do you reckon at the weekend? Oh dear. Oh, hold on. You giving it big a minute ago. Giving it big licks.
Ray, I'll tell you, right, I've been a Spurs fan for a long time, and I never get gassed over a win over Carabao. I'm not going to get win and think that, all of a sudden we're going to be world beaters just because we beat Carabao 3-0. Right. I ain't into that. But I think I'm probably looking at a draw there.
Right, okay. All right.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking a draw.
All right.
You think we're going to win the game?
I think you are going to win it.
I think we're going to play better than Manchester United, but it's just whether we can keep a clean sheet.
Well, you won't keep a clean sheet.
I know, but that's the problem. That means that we've got to go and score 2-3 goals. That's the thing.
Do you think that we're going to win it? Do you think we're going to win it, Jamie?
I would take a point. I'll be honest.
I think you'll be braver there.
I think we've got to be brave.
I think right now,
it's
Spurs are in a
it's
better
Man
place.
United away. I mean, any Spurs fan going up there,
mate,
it's a bonus if you win the game. Come on.
No, Man United at home is not what Man United at home felt and sounded like 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 years ago.
No, honestly, you don't just rock up there and be like, we're going to roll these over.
Well, that's exactly what your mate, so we are mate, Anne's just got to do.
Well,
he'll go there.
Well, then, good.
He'll go there, going to win the game. It's going to be open.
I know what's going to happen. We'll play well. We'll create loads of chances. Yeah. We might take them, we might not. Right? We don't know.
If you play
because we don't know what.
Don't lose. That's a bad result.
But
mate.
We will concede 100%.
Did we not go there last season on the back of Manchester United weren't playing that great? We were supposed to go there and turn them over, and what happened? Do you understand? This is what happens to us. We'll go to somewhere where we're expected to win and get turned over. And that's what kind of annoys me about the Spurs team is that when we're expected to win, we don't. And when we're expected to lose, we go out there and do something and win. And it's a strange one for us. Yeah. Carabao tonight, people were saying that they thought that we were going to get turned over by these boys. When we went down to 10 men, I bet you a load of people were saying Spurs are going to get done tonight.
A lot of people hoping.
Cundy was licking his lips.
Oh, hoping.
Garvin, thanks for your call, mate. Keep them coming in. We'll try and squeeze a few more on if we can. You are listening to The Sports Bar.
The Sports Bar with Jamie O'Hara and Jason Cundy. Monday to Thursday nights from 10 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.